Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm going to make another video today. Now this video obviously is about Mötley Crüe, a band I know very well. It's one of my favorite bands, and lo and behold I even went to their final show, fucking bastards, out in LA on New Year's Eve 2015. The band doesn't really need an introduction. If you've seen the movie, you know the story, and even if you didn't see the movie, if you are a fan, you know the story. Basically, they formed in the early 80s and with Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee living together, and they saw Vince Neil perform, and they hired him. And then Mick Mars, then originally going by Robert Deal, I think he was struggling, so he dyed his hair black and came up with Mick Mars and put an ad in the paper, and they responded to it. And they got the name of the band basically because some guy said, "Look, that looks like a Mötley Crüe," and you know, rest is history. So I'm just going to run through these real quick, trying to keep it short. Sorry about this damn lighting. There's natural light, there's not fluorescent light. The other fluorescent light isn't on because it makes it even worse. And it's such a big open area, and I have so much shit behind me, it's hard to like get the lighting right. I know there's ways to do it, but I don't want to buy anything or, you know, set up anything. So just take it for what it is. Just like my reviews and videos that are honest as fuck, and that's how I intend the videos to be. So here we go. Starting off at number 9, it's no surprise, Generation Swine. Everybody fucking hates this record. It's always usually the last spot. This was their comeback with Vince Neil, and it was fucking awful. It was like, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, alternative grunge, sludge-ish metal, I don't know. It was really shitty. Although the single Afraid's awesome, it's one of the most underrated Mötley Crüe songs, and I like the title track. The title track's really good also. The remake of Shout at the Devil, I can listen to it, but I don't know what the fuck the reason for remaking it was, but the first two songs, the title track that I mentioned, the title track and Afraid, the single, are actually really good. Glitter, you have to be in the right mood for it, but overall it's just a fucking terrible record. I don't recommend it unless you're a completionist and a big fan. Coming in at 8 is their newest and last album. I doubt they make a new one, but who knows. They said they were done touring. So this is Saints of Los Angeles. Trying to get it without the glare. I love the title track. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite Mötley Crüe songs now, and it's a great concert staple. Down with the Whiskey's great. Chicks Equals Trouble. Yeah. Ain't That the Truth? I'm fucking single for a reason. Many reasons, actually, but that's a great song. Motherfucker of the Year was a single. It's kind of cheesy, but I like it a little bit. But aside from those songs, there's really nothing else that really stands out. Yeah, I mean, it's not very good. I didn't expect this to be a great album because they haven't made a great album since Dr. Feelgood, with Vince Neil anyway. So it's a step up from Generation Swine. It's not a bad listen, but I rarely go back and listen to it. Coming in at 7 is one nobody likes, but I actually like a lot, and that's New Tattoo. Fucking damn glare. Yeah, I saw him on this tour, and had Samantha Maloney of Hole drumming because Randy Castillo was unfortunately sick and ended up dying from cancer like the next year. And this, unlike Generation Swine, this harkened back to their 80s sound. It was a welcoming listen just to hear the 80s influence of the sound from the 80s Mötley Crüe sound. You know, Punch in the Teeth by Love's a great song. I like that. The single Hell on High Heels is good. First Band on the Moon I liked. Even their cover of the Tubes' White Punks on Dope's pretty good. It's not an essential Crüe album, but I think I like it more because I saw them on this tour for the first time, and I just always thought it was a decent album, and Randy Castillo is a great drummer. Yeah, this was the only one without Tommy Lee, so he was out doing his bullshit Methods of Mayhem fucking rap, alternative new metal crap, which he just released a new single a couple days ago, another fucking rap metal song. Ugh. It's no wonder Machine Gun Kelly played his ass in the movie. So yeah, I would recommend New Tattoo. Coming in at 6 is one nobody has this low probably, but to me, I'm gonna go with Theater of Pain. I have a lot of cassettes of Mötley Crüe. I still buy them. Actually, I just bought a cassette lot from Tapehead City last week. Lots of rare metal like Johnny Crash, I Napoleon, Kathmandu, vice versa. But this album, well, Mick Mars said they only have one good song on this album. I mean, that's a little harsh, but it's kind of true, because Home Sweet Home's an amazing song. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite Mötley Crüe song. And the song that kickstarted the power ballad movement, basically. And he's right. I mean, aside from maybe Smoking in the Boys' Room, the rest of these songs, nothing catches you. I mean, they're not that memorable, but they're all deep cuts. Like, they're all good in their way, but they're not spectacular. Like, Keep Your Eye on the Money's good. That was from Hot Tub Time Machine. Save Our Souls, also from Demons, a great fucking soundtrack and movie. You know, I Need a Lover Tonight, you know, stuff like that. There's nothing that stands out. But, you know, as I said, there's another one that I kind of like. Which one is it? Louder Than Hell. Like it loud, like it louder than hell. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Theater of Pain is mostly a deep cuts record. I like it, but of the classic era Mötley Crüe, it's my least favorite. Coming in at 5 is going to be the Self-Titled album that nobody likes, really. But I think John Corabi, hell, anybody can sing better than Vince now. Even back in the 80s, Vince was a better singer than now, because he's fucking awful now, as everybody knows. But he was never a great singer. Corabi, while not like a glam pop hard rock singer that you can market very well, sort of like Jizzy Pearl, even though I don't really like Jizzy Pearl. He's kind of a nameless vocalist. Blaze Bayley comes to mind also, but he can actually sing. He's really good. If you listen to the Scream, the album with him before he came to Mötley Crüe, it's bluesy hard rock, just like this. It's more, this one's not, has some blues in it, like hard blues rock, but it's a lot darker, deeper. If you take this for what it is, as a hard rock record and metal record, it's the heaviest they've ever been lyrically and musically. You know, had like Uncle Jack with, you know, child abuse. That's what, based on his uncle, which is his, meaning John Corabi's. And you have like Misunderstood about the fear of getting old. I mean, it's a really deep, deep album. And Hooligan's Holiday is the song that people do like from this album. It's awesome. Misunderstood is also another single. It's awesome. Smoke the Sky was released as a video. It's pretty good. Drift Away is one of my favorite ballads. I mean, and Uncle Jack, like I said, is good. I don't understand why people hate this album, but probably because it wasn't Vince Neil. And most of the time when bands change famous singers, unless you're Van Halen, not counting Gary Sharon, unless you're Van Halen or AC/DC, it never usually works out. But I would highly recommend, if you listen to it with an open mind, I would highly recommend their self-titled album. Coming in at 4, I'm going to go with the Girls, Girls, Girls. To me, this is an album mostly of 2 or 3 or 4 songs. The rest are like deep cuts, sort of like Theater of Pain, but Wild Side and the title track are awesome. Better than the 2 singles from Theater of Pain combined, because Smoking in the Boys' Room is not that great, really. Dancing on Glass I like, and also I like All in the Name of Rock and Roll and You're All I Need, about the husband killing his wife. It's based on a true story, I guess. Vince saw it in the newspaper and wrote a song about it. Or Nikki Sixx, I should say, because he writes all the songs for the most part. Yeah, this is the 30th anniversary of Girls, Girls, Girls. It's a marble vinyl. And not much more needs to be said about this album. It's a classic 80s hair metal album, or hard rock album, whatever you want to call it. So that's coming in at 4. 3, I'm going to go with their debut. Now, this album grew on me throughout the years. When I first heard it, I thought it was more punky and not as good. But, I mean, On With The Show is one of my favorite Mötley Crüe songs. Fucking awesome. Merry Go Round, great song. Take Me to the Top, a good song. Of course, Live Wire and Piece of Your Action were the 2 main songs off this album, the singles. But On With The Show is just a great song. It's one of my favorite Mötley Crüe songs. And song for song, this is one of the best, if not the strongest album, but it's right up there. Yeah, it just got the rip off of the Sticky Fingers cover, but I want to get the Leather Records one with the white Mötley Crüe label on top, but it's hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. But I would highly recommend listening to the debut. It's very raw and very young sounding Mötley Crüe, but they were so, you know, creatively alive at that time, and you can hear it in their music. And next, I'm going to go with Shout at the Devil. A lot of people put this as 1. It's close, but for me, I got to go with Shout at the Devil as number 2. Title track obviously speaks for itself. Looks Like Kill is great. Helter Skelter cover is one of their better covers. Too Young to Fall in Love, how I feel about most people today, because they change relationships like they fucking change underwear and it never works out. Knock 'em Dead Kid. I mean, there's not much else I could say about this album. This might be Mötley Crüe at the peak of their career. The only reason I don't have this as first is because song for song I like Dr. Feelgood more. So, but most people that I've seen rank Mötley Crüe albums, they rank Shout Out the Devil first. But like I said, first or second, it's a pretty fucking solid record. And of course, as I said, Dr. Feelgood as the top for me. And I always pick, a lot of people get pissed at me because I always pick the most, you know, popular albums or the most commercial. But the reason why is because a lot of times that was my favorite time period, the late 80s, early 90s for hard rock, metal in general. So the reason why it's popular is because it's probably the best one. Yeah, I mean, Bon Jovi got oversaturated, fucking Bon Jovi. I used to like him, but getting back to this, I mean, song for song, even the non-hits are some of the strongest, because you got, you know, all the hits like this title track, and you got, you know, Kickstart My Heart. Everybody loves that song. Same Old Situation, Don't Go Away Mad, all great songs. But even Time for a Change, I really like that song. She Goes Down's a great song. Sticky Sweet and Rattlesnake Shake. Even the non-cuts, the non-singles are pretty damn solid for a Mötley Crüe non-hit catalog. So that's my ranking. I would highly recommend Dr. Feelgood or Shout at the Devil, or even the debut if you're trying to get into Mötley Crüe. As you can see, I'm a big Dr. Feelgood fan. I have the Dr. Feelgood shirt on. But marketable wise, Dr. Feelgood and I would say Shout at the Devil are the two, you know, albums to start getting into if you never listened to Mötley Crüe before. But it's funny because when Mötley Crüe did release Dr. Feelgood, they all went downhill after that. They came up with the, you know, the Decade of Decadence, and then all hell broke loose, and Vince Neil got fired or left, depending on who you ask. And they really never recovered after that, because I mean, like I said, I love the self-titled album, but in terms of the masses, they never recovered after Dr. Feelgood. So it was their downfall and their greatest glory for me. So that's my ranking of the Mötley Crüe albums. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll put instead of putting the subscribe button there, I'll just put 2 ranking videos I did. Check them out. I'm not sure which ones I'll do yet. So thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Let me know what you think of my rankings or whatever. And if you like Mötley Crüe, what's your favorite album, song, memory, whatever. So as always, take care. Rock on.